Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Please turn your devices to its max settings and resolution before we get into this review, first playthrough video of some Avowed, now available on Game Pass Ultimate and Game Pass PC and Xbox. So let's dive right on into it, shall we? So basically, I would say a good 20 minutes into my first playthrough or so. I'm not going to bring to you guys the intro of the game just yet, which this is the intro. Like I said, I'm about 10, 15, 20 minutes max into my first playthrough. I want to start off by saying this game visually is very impressive. Some great graphics. I don't know if you guys, I don't mean to like reference them, but I am, because they are definitely a legitimate reviewing channel as far as tech and gaming, which is Digital Foundry. They've praised this game as far as the visuals. There's been actually many other credible sites and media journalists and analytical gamers and media sites and sources that has praised this game's visuals. Game is running Unreal Engine 5, which honestly for a very, very long time I've been a real big fan of the UE engine since Unreal Engine 4. I don't really like to bring it up, but I'm going to bring it up. When they came out with Redfall, which we can say it was a flop. It was a flop. Ran in UE4, and I was honestly really impressed with the graphics. Like, Unreal Engine is a top tier gaming engine, and UE5, in my opinion, takes the cake. The only direct competitor so far, or two direct competitors that I would say competing with the Unreal Engine 5, is id Tech. That id Tech engine is really, really amazing. I don't know if you've played Indiana Jones, but I absolutely highly recommend you do. Some of the best graphical fidelity I've seen on console this gen. And then I would say right after id Tech, which is basically, in my opinion, on par with UE5, is basically the Decima engine for Death Stranding. We got the Death Stranding port. It was ported over to Xbox Series S and X, and damn was I impressed with the visuals. Like, very, very, very impressed. Like, that is a great looking game. Absolutely. Shout out to the homie Hideo Kojima. So, I haven't really had much time with the game other than the intro. I want to say, as you're witnessing some combat here, the combat is definitely fun. It is definitely fun. It might look a little bit rugged, like watching this, it might look a little bit, like I said, rugged, but it actually plays really smooth. The combat is fun and smooth. Could the combat mechanics be better? Yeah, like, this is the thing. So I've seen a lot of people throwing shade towards this game, you know, from things like calling it woke and just saying, oh, well, it's not better than Skyrim, and it's not better than this game or that game as far as RPG goes. Like, I'm not really a big RPG player, but the few RPGs that I have played, I guess Fable would fall into that category. It's crazy because I hated Fable at first, and then playing, I think, Fable 2 and 3. I think I started with 2. I didn't really like part 1, but I finished, I believe, part 2, and definitely I finished part 3. Those were really, really good games. Now, as far as Avowed goes, I think, like I said, the criticism, I can understand some things that people criticize about it. Like, yeah, you should be, I feel, if it's an RPG game, it should be a little bit more interactive as far as with Okay, so they say that if you steal from the NPCs, they don't really like notice it, or just, I don't know. I feel like maybe I gotta put more time into it because, like I said, I don't have longer than 30 to 40 minutes max of gameplay in here, so it's hard for me to really critique the game. Like all the positives that I see with the game so far is the visuals. I think the voiceovers and like the interactions with the companion and the other characters that you meet along the way, like the female that we freed from the prison, which you have the option to free her, leave her there, or I believe you can even fight her too. You can choose to attack her or whatever because she was talking kind of crazy, like from inside of the cell. But the game, to me, it has more pros than cons. Basically, it's more good than it is bad. Like, as far as for RPG, I would say it's a decent RPG. Like I said, the visuals. This is one of the best looking UE5 games I've played between this, Hellblade 2, and RoboCop, which visually, Hellblade 2 is in a class of its own. RoboCop is right up there along with it. And then this game as well, like I said, it is a really great looking game as far as visuals.
Aye, maybe we could still get through to him.
Good luck with that.
Who disturbs us? I had dreams, fabulous dreams. They tried to silence them.
Steady yourself, please. We're only trying to help.
You're wasting your breath. He's gone.
You tread in the orchard. No, hens hunting foxes. I should have been free to drink of the land. They thought they could stop me. Vipers! Their venom stains my blade.
He can barely string a thought together. How could he have killed everyone?
He couldn't. Not like this. He's just the last one standing.
Trespassers! Scars? What scars? They brought axes to cleave into the wood. And you return death to us.
Envoy, this could come to blows. Keep your guard up.
Feed the roots, kill the
And it looks like this guy just couldn't be reasoned with, and we're getting into a straight out brawl here. So things like this, to me, make the game fun. Like the choices, and you trying to figure out, you know, if you can make your way through the game peacefully, or if it's gonna be conflict, which obviously there's conflict. This guy is going crazy, and gotta deal with him accordingly. So, with that being said, it's stuff like that that make the game a really good RPG. Like I said, the game has its flaws, but overall it has more positives than negatives. So far within my 30-45 minute playthrough of it, if I had to grade the game from 1 through 10, and like I said, I'm not a big RPG player, and yes, I am biased because I'm an Xbox gamer. I prefer Xbox over every way else to game. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give the game a solid, I'm gonna give it a 7. You know, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of a 10. A solid 7. And you know, people might try to say, well, oh, that's, you gave it a 7, like I'm trying to like discredit the game. Like say, it has like certain things, yes, that I could nitpick about it, but other than that, I still feel it has more positives than negatives. I also want to, before we close out this video, because we're rounding up the end of the video here, like I said, I need a new display. This game looks, I promise you, depending on your display, this game looks way better than what it actually looks like on this video, and I believe it has something to do with my display. I need a new display. I noticed this with Call of Duty Black Ops 6, even back in Modern Warfare 3. I'm not going to get into the details, just I noticed this when capturing certain games that I capture look better than others for whatever reason, and it has to do with my display. 100% between my display and I think the HDR or something like that, because they were saying some games look better when you turn off HDR for whatever reason, which I think is stupid. But for the most part, the game is a very bright and vibrant looking game. It is a great game. You should go check it out. I recommend you check it out if you like RPGs, especially if you're new into RPGs itself. It is something you should try out. I mean, it's not going to hurt you by subscribing to Game Pass.
Thanks.
It has this and countless other games that you can try out with your free time, because, you know, time is money. It is what it is. But that's going to conclude today's episode. Stay tuned for more content. I got a lot more videos on the way for you. So make sure you do me a big favor. It really helps me out. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe bell notification so you can stay tuned to all of my full video content. Until next time, peace and be well, everyone. Noob out.